Hi everybody, this is Betsy Lafferty and this is my intro video for EDL 853 for Module 1. Just a little bit about myself. I am a wife and mom to 3 kids, Braxton who will be a sophomore, Avery who will be a 6th grader, and Dempsey who will be a 4th grader. I am a pre-K through 6th health and PE teacher at Windham Elementary. That is part of the Little River Windham USD 444 school district. I was born and raised in Little River, as was my husband, and we both decided to come back and had the opportunity 11 years ago. I am the oldest of 9 children. I love flowers, gardening, crafting, quilting, and sports, which is a big part of my life. Right now, I coach junior high girls basketball and then also the head high school track and field coach. I love to laugh and have fun, just ask my coworkers. Windham Elementary is a wonderful place to work. I feel like we are pretty inclusive. The teachers collaborate very well together, and it's just a really great place to learn. We also have a wonderful principal. His name is John Payton. He puts kids first, but he also gives us the space to try new things, to work together, and really try to just make the kids winners in education. Looking at the questions we were to answer, what is a school leader's role in building an inclusive environment? First, I think support is just giant. A school leader needs to be behind both regular ed and special education teachers and give them the support they need to make the accommodations necessary for kids to be successful. I also think that they need to be informed as a leader and provide education for their teachers and staff regarding what policies are in place for our special education kiddos, and also allow teachers and support staff to get to know the students' individual strengths and gifts and how they can best learn. I also believe a leader should set high expectations for all educators and staff in the building with using inclusive language and practices all throughout the building. And then lastly, I think what's most important is for a school leader to be a living example of how students should be treated, supported, and just making sure that all students and staff feel like they belong and have a place. Different ways to encourage advocacy would be to, first of all, develop personal relationships with our students that go just beyond classroom learning, getting to know them, who they are, their challenges, and ways to better serve them. I think creating mentor programs would be wonderful, placing students from all walks of life together so that they can learn to respect and work together side by side. I also believe support for teachers so they can understand what needs to be done and also not be afraid to try new things when accommodating students. And then also just helping students have a voice when it comes to learning styles and their success in the classroom. Some plans and strategies to create this inclusive culture would be, first of all, I think a building has to have just an overall culture of teamwork. The people, the teachers, both regular ed and special ed really must work together and feel like they're a true team. This way, I think better ideas will happen and people will be more willing to try new things. I think it's very important to stress the importance of respecting each person and students and their individual gifts and strengths. That way we can use those strengths, which might be different for each kiddo, to help them succeed in the classroom. Also, provide teachers and staff with education about guidelines and procedures and how to best accommodate students. And then lastly, just set a very high expectation in the building by using inclusive language and practices in all areas of the school, not just the individual classrooms. How do we change negative assumptions about inclusiveness? I think number one, I've mentioned it before in these slides, is education. Teachers have to understand what is expected, what can and can't be done, and if they're not making assumptions, then they'll be more open and know exactly what needs to be done. Also, creating open lines of communication between teachers, the special education teachers, support staff, and everyone involved with the student These open lines of communication are going to allow everyone to express their feelings and also maybe give ideas that are going to help the students grow. I also believe that support staff needs to be trained and understand their role in the special education students that they are helping every day, and also work hand in hand with the classroom teachers. I know at Wyndham, our support staff is absolutely wonderful. We are so lucky, and they really work well with our teachers. And then lastly, I think being positive. If we can meet those negative assumptions with both grace and facts, then people won't feel intimidated or scared of coming and asking questions. They'll know that they are valued, their opinions are valued, and also that they can get real answers to their questions. I hope you have learned a little bit about me. I really look forward in the coming weeks to getting to know each of you a little bit better and working side by side. So I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful evening, and I look forward to getting to know you more.